All of us have worked on at least one creative project in our lives, and sooner or later we all hit that one roadblock that we just can't stand. Painter's worst fear is to stare at the blank canvas. If you're a writer, that white page of Word document probably follows you in your nightmares. For content creators especially, this is problematic and tragic, because if you want to be successful, you need to post consistently and you need to post a lot. And if you want to post a lot, you constantly need to come up with the new ideas, right? But how in the world can you generate those new ideas every single time? You might have 5 or 10 ideas from the start, but after you execute them, what do you do next? Where do you find inspiration for your next videos, for your next pieces of content? Well, believe me or not, you are actually lucky in this sense. Look, you're not the first one and you're not the last one who's facing that problem. And there are solutions that have been developed and that can help you. Or being more clear, this is a set of solutions where some of the solutions work for some people and others work for other people. So let's talk about this set of solutions and what's the key for ultimate idea generation, right? Before I go through that, I would really appreciate if you guys can like this video, comment and subscribe to the channel. It will help me tremendously, and I constantly post about tips and tricks for content creators, so if you are one of them, you can learn a lot as well. Alright, so don't forget to subscribe and let's get to the video. This video is structured and I divided it into 2 parts. First of all, I'll talk about the art of idea generation and how you can actually come up with the new ideas. And second part, which I think is as important as the first one, will help you to understand how you can store those ideas and execute them later. So let's talk about the art of idea generation. As I mentioned at the beginning, the ultimate question that we all have is where can we find those ideas? How can we generate them? Well, that one exact solution that will solve all of that for you doesn't exist. As I've mentioned previously, it's rather a set of solutions, a mix of couple of methods that can help you. I would describe it as a mix of own creativity, copycatting, and usage of external tools. And we will dive deeper into them one by one now. Your own creativity is the first and the most obvious place to look at. When we are starting something creative, we usually can feel that fire inside of us, that burst of creativity that we have. And when we feel that creativity, the main goal is not to overcomplicate things. If you have that spark and you want to create content, you probably know your area of interest. And if it's your area of interest, it means that you know 1 or 2 things about it, right? So you probably have 5 or 10 ideas what to post about initially. And in my opinion, when you just start, it's crucial to just focus on those couple ideas and implement them in your content. Just execute those ideas that you have in your head first and see if you even like what you're posting about. Look, those first couple of pieces of content will help you to find yourself, to understand your broad niche at least, what you want to post about. Because the truth is that you can generate 500 ideas about cars, right? And then after you film your first video about that or 2 videos, you're discovering that you literally hate it and you don't want to do anything related to cars. That's why I think it's important to start small, crawl before you walk. And then after you execute on those first couple of ideas, you can dive deeper into systems and discover new methods for yourself. The only problem with your own creativity, it becomes unreliable once you advance more. Regardless of our own level of creativity, at one point we're all gonna run out of ideas, right? And that leads us to the second principle, where we're gonna look outside the box and see what other creators are doing and how they're doing that. Next method that a lot of people are mistakenly referring to as copycatting is observing and learning from others. Why mistakenly? Well, with the amount of content that is being produced every single day, it's just ridiculous to think that every content creator with every video should come up with a new fresh idea that was never repeated before. It's just not gonna happen no matter how original or unique you want to be. There's that one quote that Ali Abdaal tweeted that perfectly describes it. There are no unique messages, just unique messengers. So there's nothing wrong with getting inspired and borrowing others' ideas. Your main goal is to present it your unique way, and even if you try to copy someone's style, over time you will develop it into your own unique style. So let's answer the question, how can you actually learn from other creators? Well, no matter what you want to post about, there's a high chance that there are already a couple of good content creators in your niche. Content creators who already executed a lot of the ideas and gained some success. So the simpler thing you can do is just find those content creators and follow them. You can literally type a couple of keywords in a search bar and find those best content creators. Then just follow them and consume their content. Try to get some inspiration from 1, 2, 3 videos and then mix those ideas in your own content. To be honest with you, it is as simple as it gets. Even my own example, when I hit a creator's wall and I don't know what to post about, I simply open YouTube and Instagram and see what other people are posting about. And stay with me in the video because I'll soon tell you how you can store those ideas from those content creators and then execute on them. Unless for the last year or two you lived in a basement with no service, you probably heard about AI, right? The truth is, you can be skeptical about it or not, but AI has been changing our world and you can feel its presence, especially in the creativity field. That being said, you have two options. You can either run from it and complain that you're being replaced, or you can use it to your own advantage as it was initially made for. And look, with AI, there's tons of options that are available for you, but I'm gonna touch on the ones that I'm using and that help me with my creative journey. The most obvious and popular tool is actually ChatGPT. You can use it almost for anything, and that's how you can use it. So the first thing that you will need to do when you open ChatGPT is to register if you haven't done it already. And then your options are pretty much limitless. So as an example, let's say that you're looking for an idea for a new video for your cooking channel. What cooking video can I do next for my YouTube channel? And as you can see, it gives you a high-level answer, recipe tutorial, cooking challenge, cooking tips and tricks. But then if you dive deeper, actually, it will give you more detailed answers. So let's go a little deeper on it. I have a YouTube channel for athletes and I want to do a video about cooking. And as you can see right here, it gives you high protein meals, pre-workout snacks, post-workout recovery, etc, etc. It dives deeper into the ideas. So as you can see, ChatGPT will give you as detailed answer as you ask it. If you want it to be high level, you can ask a generic question. But if you want to have more detailed and granular answer, you will need to ask more detailed question. Another AI tool that I find fascinating to use is Adobe Firefly. You know, Adobe Firefly is especially great for digital artists that produce content. And as you can see, you can write some ideas and it will generate you something that you can base your content on. And then the good thing that it will do a majority of work for you. You know, you can play with facial expressions a bit, as you can see here, or change the interior of the room. So the same story as with ChatGPT, your options are limited to your own imagination. You can just type the prompt you want to see and Adobe Firefly will generate a couple of ideas for you. And then you can get inspired by those ideas and implement them in your own content. Look, you don't need to do everything by yourself on that creative journey. That's why those AI tools were made. They are supposed to help you and be your assistants in generating and execution of ideas. If you want to stay competitive, you need to learn a little bit about those AI tools and utilize them on your journey. So we have determined how you can generate new ideas, but now you need to know how to store them, because you can forget those ideas really quick. Our brain is not built for storage of information. Better usage of it is to generate new ideas and all of that. So you will need to store those existing ideas externally, and your options here are pretty much endless. You can use Google Docs, physical notepad, text messages to your mom, corkboard on your wall. You get the drift. But let me share some things that I use and that help me with idea storage. So for quick notes throughout the day when I come up with the new ideas, I use just Apple Notes. It is pretty quick and simple, and that's why I like it. I still try to structure and organize it a bit, so I create different folders and assign hashtags to them. And then when I write a note and put a hashtag behind it, it moves it to the certain folder. And then to structure and organize those ideas even deeper, I use Notion. I try to find days to move my notes from iPhone to Notion, and then I'm developing my ideas further in Notion. Look, when you're a beginner, it's totally okay to develop your ideas one by one. But as you're becoming more advanced and serious with content creation, you're probably gonna work on multiple projects at once. And that's when usage of the more advanced software like Notion can help you with that and can enable you to work and develop multiple projects at once. And now, as far as execution goes, every time you want to post about something, you will have at least 2 or 3 ideas sitting in that final develop folder, right? And then you just grab that pre-developed idea and start working on it. Otherwise, if your folder with ideas is empty, just go to literally any social media and look for ideas there. And one more thing to add, almost any of those social apps have a feature to save the video for later or add it to your favorites. And that's what you want to do with the videos that you find interesting for yourself and that you can think can help you with your creative journey. Or as we discussed before, you can literally use AI and ask it about more ideas as well. Alright guys, so there you have it. It was an ultimate guide to idea generation and it basically told you how to never run out of the ideas, or at least close to never. Here's 3 main things one more time. Dive into your own creativity, observe other creators and learn from them, and use external tools. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to the channel. I would deeply appreciate it and it will help me tremendously. And I'll see you guys in the next video.